Hello, my name is Cheryl Wilson and I'm an abstract artist. And if you have come back to my channel, thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here and becoming a part of my life. If you're new here, I do abstract art and I do techniques and I do several things. This video is a little bit different. What I thought I would do is to show you a little bit about how I start my day and my office where I'm at right now. It's my art office where I put together the YouTube videos, and I do a lot of reading up here and I show you my books and everything, and then I walk you down to my art studio, which is also in my home. I'm very fortunate to have my art studio in my home, and there's where all, as I say, the magic happens. It's my haven. It's all my paints, my brushes, my handmade things, my pastels, everything that is just so much a dear part of my life. And so I did this video in two different sections. This one is about myself and my office and my studio, and the second video, which will follow, I'll put them out simultaneously, will be a painting. It's called The Pink Lipstick. So, and I broke it up to two different ones, so if those that don't really want to see a part of my life, you can go straight to the second video. I am trying to get more comfortable in front of the camera, and I'm an introvert, very much an introvert, and so being in front of the camera is a challenge for me, and I'm trying to get better at it and make myself a little bit more personable to you, so you know who I am as an artist. I think if you connect with me as a person, it helps you understand my art a little bit more. So that's why I'm doing this, and I hope to have the courage to continue to do this. So without further ado, let's jump into a day in the life of Cheryl Wilson as an artist. Good morning. As I start my day, I always light a candle, make my cup of coffee in the morning. I usually have 2 cups of decaf or regular coffee, then go to decaf, but I cannot get started without my coffee, so I get started. This morning I'm going to start in my art office. I have an office and a studio. I always have my coffee and I always have water there and a hand-painted cup. But I'm going to be taking those canvases and importing them into my Excel spreadsheet and onto my website. But this is my art office upstairs, where I do my YouTube videos, logging of my art, do some drawing up there. I store some of my most recent pieces until I put the backs on them. And of course, it's where I keep most of my books. I absolutely love, love, love to read. And this is Diva, my studio cat. She loves to take a huge, huge snooze, and she joins me periodically through the day. No longer walks on my paintings, which is good. So let's take a walk downstairs, and after I finish my business part of my art journey for the day, I'm going to go into my studio. And I'm fortunate to have a studio in my home where I can work, and I fill it up. There's some more books that I love to read. There's the area, other than my easel, I use that area right there to do a lot of my painting. And I have a piece of canvas on the wall and several nails that I hang my canvases off of and paint there. And I use that one area there where I put my paint. There's the easel where I will do some painting there, and there's the area where I keep some paint. Those are handmade tools that I've shown in a video. There's some more books. There's some more tools and palette knives, and there's the things I love list I talk about in several of my videos. I wanted to share that with you. But there's an area there where I will do some work on the computer. I always have my fountain running just to give me some clarity of mind. It's so peaceful. Can never have enough markers. This is only maybe the half of my markers, but these are some that I keep out so that I can easily grab them. And my paint. I'm a messy painter. I will admit to that. My caps are always popping off. I do have tube paints. That's only a little bit. And then there's a whole lot of my jar paint. So I have paints of all different types. I also have a lot of brushes. I like to keep my brushes in little containers. There's some handmade brushes I've shown you on some of my videos. But I love my brushes, and I love to have them in different sizes and different vessels, so it makes it fun. There are some cotton cloth that I use to wipe my brushes off on. There's my alcohol and water spray bottles, which I use constantly. There's some more larger brushes, smaller brushes, and then even smaller than that. So I have a lot of brushes. They're all well used, well loved, and even some big ones. And there's some Chinese brushes. I love the Chinese brushes. There's a shirt that I have I'm working on putting some marks on. There's my loved palette knives that I keep out. I have probably about 100 palette knives. And I keep wind chimes in my studio just to help me relax. I do have a lot of stencils. You'll see those brushes there are very hard and stiff, and they're great to use making marks. But there's stencils, there's more brushes, and some pastels, and some rigger brushes in there. There's the guy that does a lot of thinking for me. I will burn lavender and different types of herbs in my studio just for ambiance and to smell good. Now, here's the painting, and we're going to get started on the day. So this is pink lipstick, and the next video will be the painting of this from a blank canvas, and I talk through my thought process of creating this. I tell you what I'm using to create it, and so I hope you pop over there and watch this one. And again, thank you. Please give me a thumbs up if you liked this style of sharing a part of my life. It will encourage me to share more or talk to you more about who I am, so I get to know you better too. Anyway, thank you very much, and take care. So what I've done is I've actually popped in the finished painting, and it turned out pretty chaotic. I still feel there's some focal points, but I did kind of go chaotic on this one, and I think I'm done. I have posted it as done. I like it. So I wanted to do that so you could see where the painting went. I may start with a philosophy of keeping just a couple areas quiet, but as you can see, the finished painting on this turned out fun and full of vigor. I sold a painting very similar to this, where it had a lot more of the greens in it, and I just recently sold it and I called it Orange Lipstick. This one I'm calling Pink Lipstick because I think I have more pinks in it and less of the greens, but it's very similar in how it feels to me. It actually looks more like about where I am in this painting. So it was quieter. Could I go into the finished painting and veil off and make it less chaotic? Yes, but I liked the finished painting, so I didn't. I like it where it is. You can always do more paintings, so it's not cast in stone that you have to leave a painting exactly as it is. You can see that particular mark there to me reminded me of something that I didn't like. It looked like human anatomy parts. So I obliterated part of it. And I worked at a gallery one time, it was a art studio where there was a whole bunch of us in residence, about 100 artists, and I worked in one of the buildings, and there was about 12 of us, and there was one lady that would go around, and she would be the one to find human body parts in your paintings and tell you that's what she sees. And I kind of remember taking on her thought process and looking at my paintings with a little bit of a critical eye. You can't unsee something that you see, if you know what I mean. So I continue using my fingers. I'm bringing in some gray. Of course, you'll see the end painting has some of the gray taken away. I'm going to turn that painting around so you can see it. So I've turned the painting around so it's the same direction as the painting that I'm painting, so you can kind of see. And I hope it helps having this painting up there so you see where I ended up and from where I'm going. So I'm just going to keep painting, adding marks with my fingers, with a brush, with whatever tool I might have, and let you watch.